morning, everyone. My name is Annie. I'm the Public Services Director at Kent County Public Library. And today I am excited to again be partnering with AARP of Maryland to bring you gadgets and things to help aging in place. Today's presenter, Cheryl Streeter, is going to be leading us through a tour of different gadgets and other things that can assist with helping you stay comfortably in the home where you want to be as you age and as things change in life. This is part of a series that we are doing. The next program coming up will be on May 13th, and the focus of that program is living life after losses. And that incorporates not just losses of people in your lives, but losses of the physical capability and self-esteem and just the shifts that come as we age and go through life. So if you're interested in that program, we would love to see you back for that as well. I will put a link in the chat if you would like to register. You can do so there. But for now, we are going to jump into today, and I am going to turn this over to Cheryl. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you, Annie, so much. I'm going to share the screen at this time. Is everyone able to see my presentation?
That looks great, yes.
Fantastic. Well, again, we're coming to you from AARP Maryland, and we're going to talk about gadgets and things to help you age in place. One of the things that you're going to find that as we grow older, we may not have a choice of where we want to stay. And many of us really may want to stay right where we are in our own homes. So there are 10,000 people that are turning age 65 every day. That means there are going to be over 18 million of us in 5 years. Now, all of us will not be moving to some new location. Most will want to remain in their homes. And even if we wanted to move, we might not be able to find room in a long-term care facility simply because they may not exist in some of the rural areas, or there may be an overcrowding issue in the densely populated areas. There simply may not be room for us. So let's look at some of the things that we can do to remain right where we are in our homes and simply have a very good quality of living. Now, living at home simply means staying where you are and staying who you are. As we age, certainly there's some things that we will not be able to do as we did before, but we want to preserve our sense of self. We want to stay healthy. We want to stay happy. We don't want to spend a lot of money to be able to do those things. We may need assistance sometimes to remain independent at home, and you may or may not have family members that live near you, but there are a lot of technology out there that can assist us directly. It can help us, it can help our family members, and even help our caregivers. Now, when I talk about technology today, I'm not necessarily talking about technical things that involve the internet or computers or things like that. What I'm going to be referring to are tools. Some are technology or technical things or internet related things, but others are simply gadgets and tools that help you remain independent. Now, most of these are available now, and you'll be able to Google and access some of these either through a senior citizens community center. You can go through the Department of Aging in your local county and state, or you'll be able to find some of them through your doctor. Now, AARP does not endorse specifically any of these items. We simply know that these are handy tools that people that we know are using them and they are working for them. And we simply want to share with you some of these things. Now, you will recognize some of them and some of them you will not. Some are very simple, some are more complex. Some are very costly, and then others are inexpensive. But there's a wide gamut of different things that you will have that you will be able to use to remain independent, healthy, and happy just where you are. Now, let me pause and put a disclaimer in. that they are cutting trees in my neighborhood. So I will start talking louder. I don't want you to think that I'm yelling at you, but I want to make certain that you can hear me over the cut trees. And if you cannot, do put a note in the chat, and that'll let me know that I can talk even louder so that you can hear me, okay?
So
So
far, we are doing great, but thank you for putting that note in there. You're coming through loud and clear.
great. Let's get started then. These items are what we label as helping hands. These are different tools and gadgets that are available right now. I'll start at the top left and then go across down each row. The first one's a set of tools. As we age, the small eating utensils may not be handy or comfortable in our hands. We may need something a little larger to grip because our grip is not as tight as it once was. And so you can get eating utensils with a thicker handle that will make it much easier for you to eat. The second item there, for those who may have a bit of a shake in their hand because of medical reasons, this particular utensil, even though your hand will be shaking holding that spoon, it is set so that it will equalize and take away the shaking as an issue, and that spoon will be very sturdy and straight in your hand. Peas and food will not spill off of it. The third item there is a cutting board, but you will see the raised edges there. It will allow you put a sandwich or something there, a food product, and you'll still be able to cut it and not have to use both hands for those who may only have use of one hand for a period of time because of an accident, for example. The next one is a gripper for hot bowls so that you will not burn your hand and you can take things out of the microwave with ease. Small bottle caps, the last one there, can become a problem. And so here's a larger gripper that goes over the small cap and allows you to open it quite easily. The next row, for those who have small keys that are hard to grip, here's a handle that you can place on your keys that allow you to open doors and things quite easily. A writing tool. I have seen this used and it is perfect. It helps you to grip it much better than you can a pencil or a ballpoint pen, and it helps to sturdy your handwriting. A very useful tool. The center item there for lamps that have very small knobs on it. This is a cover that can go on it that makes it much easier for you to turn a lamp on and off. For those who like to play cards and you don't want to sit there with the cards in your hand, place the cards in this folder and you'll be able to hold them and look at all of them and win your game. Remote controls. We know that the universal remote control has many, many buttons on it. But for most of us, we don't use all of those buttons. So there's a simplified version, and there's also a cover that can be placed over the buttons that you don't use so that you don't inadvertently push those buttons and lose your channel or your space. So there are some simplified remote controls as well as remote control covers that you can use. On the bottom there are two ways that you can have the handles on your doors at home fitted or retrofitted so that it's easier for you to open and close the doors. For those who don't have a good grip, they have to be able to just push down on the lever or push up on the lever with your wrist is very important. And then the final item here, it's for cutting. Whereas you may not have a firm grip any longer to where you can get a knife and cut, this one allows you to simply grip it and then use it almost like you would a saw, but it's a utensil that is a knife for those who have problems gripping knives for eating and cutting food. Again, very simple, but helping hands that are really good for you. Some additional items here. If you look at the first, again, I'll go from the top across and then go to each row. Here's gloves that you can put on that help you to cut in the kitchen, and these will allow you not to nick your fingers. Sometimes those very small cuts are some of the ones that actually hurt you the worst because they just have a little nagging pain to it. The next one is a cover for pots that allow you to see inside of the pot, allow the steam to rise, but there's no spilling. There's no spilling and overflow on the stove. Next is a gadget that will help you button your clothes. It allows you to grip the button and pull it through the buttonhole so that you don't have to worry about trying to grip that small button with your fingers. On the right side, you see two different versions of shoes there. One, of course, has the Velcro closure at the top, which is much better than trying to tie your shoes as you get older. And I'm finding that I'm loving Velcro shoes. The other allows you to push the back of the heel and the shoe opens. You can insert your foot and then use your other foot to simply push the back of the shoe closed again. So easy in, easy out. For those who still sweep, to have a broom and a dustpan with a long handle keeps you from having to bend all the way over. Again, a great gadget. The sock slider. Place the sock on the slider, put your foot on top, and then use the lever to pull the sock up and over to your foot. And there's an example of it being used there. Again, very handy. You don't have to bend all the way over, nor do you need to lift your foot all the way up. Step stools are very important, but as we age, a step stool with a handle that you can hold on to is much safer. For getting in and out of the car, for those who have a problem getting out, this swirl seat allows you to simply twist the seat and exit the vehicle. The same thing to get back in. Slide in, twist around. Excellent, excellent tool. And then the final one is a gripper that allows you to reach things on the top shelves. I have one here at my home. It comes in handy since I'm only 5'4". All of these great gadgets that will help you right where you are in your home. Now for your safety in the sink or in the tub. This device is a magic plug. And what it allows is that it will not allow water to overflow. Once water has reached a certain level and weight, it will actually open up to allow the water to drain out. It also changes colors to allow you to know if the water is too hot. It will turn red. Again, a great tool to help you to keep water from overflowing in the sink if you turn on the faucet and happen to step away to answer the phone or something, and also to let you know if the water is too hot. Great tool to have. Night lights. They're not just for kids, and you can use them anywhere. Not only do they have the plug-in kind now, but they also have the solar-powered ones. They have the ones that are dusk to dawn. I recommend placing them in places that you will be walking in the nighttime. Sometimes we don't always get up and turn all of the lights on, but to have them placed, for example, in your bedroom, in the bathroom, the hallway, especially on the stairs, provides just enough light that you can see where you're going and not have an accident. Many of them are motion detector lights as well, so they're off until you walk up to them or within 10 feet of them, and then they turn on. Once you pass by, they turn back off. A very good safety tool. Kitchen ideas. For those of us who like to cook or even just heat up things in the microwave, we want our kitchen to remain handy and accessible for us. A simple box to stand on would be good, but think about a cabinet that has a lower drawer that pulls out as a step stool, as in the picture there. And when not in use, you simply push it back in. There are smart ovens and smart stoves that allow you to set certain temperatures, and they will also cut off after a certain period of time in case you have forgotten to turn it off. Our shelves, we can have them where we can actually move a wheelchair into them. We can lower them so that they're down on the floor. There are shelves that can be pulled down, as you see in the bottom right picture there, so that you don't have to always step up on a step stool. You can actually pull the shelves down to you. Again, all of these are tools and things that are available right now. The can opener that you see there, those can be placed under the cabinet in your kitchen, and you simply insert a jar, twist it so that you're not having to twist the top yourself, and you can open it. Great things to have in the kitchen. In fact, the kitchen has a lot of different things that you can use. Let's look at turning on faucets and things. You can use the back of your hand to lift a lever. or to push it down for those who don't have the ability to grip the small faucet handles. Of course, there are the automatic faucets. We've seen them in commercial use in restrooms and restaurants. They're now available for your home. The grip extenders that you see in the bottom with the red and the blue helps to remind you that the red one is hot water and the blue one is cold water for those who may start to lose some memory or get forgetful sometimes. And of course, that lever is much easier to handle than having the smaller faucet handles. In the bath, this is very important because this is where many of the accidents happen in the home. When you see on the left there, that is a counter in the bathroom that is very open at the bottom that allow you to move up to it in a wheelchair, use it, and then pull away from it. Walk-in tubs are very important. And the newer versions even have it where they drain out the water very quickly, so you don't have to sit there for a long period of time waiting for the water to drain out as you're getting cold, sitting there as you're wet. Easy access showers that do not have a hump for you to step over. You simply open the door and step in, or you can roll in with a shower chair and roll back out. The levers that you see there, again, handles that you can use with the back of your hand that allow you to turn them on and off. They're temperature controlled so that you will not scald yourself. It will allow you to have it at a set temperature. Mats in the shower, mats in the tubs that allow you to grip and not slip are very important. Having grip bars or a stool in your shower also allows you to sit down and take the shower. Again, taking some of the risk and unsafe conditions out. So all of these are available, very simple changes that you can make in your home that allow you to remain in your home, age in place, and be safe. Now, continuing in the bathroom as we take care of business, again, things that you can do right now. A toilet that has a higher seat so that you don't have to sit down so far. Or if you want to keep your current toilet, here's a modification, top right there, that is a cushion that you can place on top of it that allows you to sit down, and you're not sitting down so far that it takes you a long time to sit down or get up. There are also forward and rear facing commodes and toilets, as you can see here. Here's an example of a person pulling up to one while in a wheelchair. They're able to use it and simply push themselves back into the seat. Again, allowing them to become more independent and able to do it on their own. Grab bars, being able to have handles on the side of your toilet seat. All of these are very good. The automatic reorder that you have here. There are some places that allow you on Amazon.com, for example, to order tissue paper, Kleenex, and other household items that you use continuously to have it on an automatic reorder so that it's delivered to your home to you. Very, very good tool to keep you from having to go to the store and bring these large packages back to your home. In the laundry room, there are small washers and dryers. There are the larger ones that sit on a pedestal that allow you not to have to bend over. Instead of just the top load washers and dryers, they're the front load ones that you can see here. And the one on the left I really like. It's the combination washer and dryer. You put your clothes in dirty and it stays in for the wash cycle. It then converts over to a drying cycle and it dries the clothes. So with one machine, you're able to wash and dry your clothes. Too bad they don't fold them and put them away for you. Getting up and down stairs. Now, for many of us here on the East Coast, many of our homes have stairs. There are 2 or 3 levels. And as we age, going up and down stairs may or may not be something we'd like to continue to do. And it's one of the main reasons that many move from their homes to a place where everything is on one level. But there are options. There are chair lifts that can be placed inside the home as well as outside of the home. There are many different models that are available. There are even indoor elevators now, and the price has come down considerably to where some of the simplified versions can be placed in homes. But here you see several examples. They can go around curved staircases, straight staircases, indoor and outdoor as well. So consider that as well if being at your home and having stairs is something that you're considering moving because of. There are some modifications that can be made. Mobility, just getting around, getting up. You see here different examples. Most of us are familiar with wheelchairs and motorized chairs. We know that there are canes, and of course, canes that have 3 legs or 4-leg bottoms to them are more secure, and doctors are recommending those even more so. But there are also not only chairs that will lift and help you to get up, but there are inserts and cushions that you can place in your current chairs that allow them to lift you up or help you to lift yourself up out of the seat, as well as to help you to sit down in the seat. And at the bottom, again, there are scooters, there are motorized chairs that you can utilize. But again, all of this is to keep you mobile and to keep you moving. And one thing that you want to make certain that you do as you age is to keep moving, even if it's just walking around the house, walking out to the mailbox, or walking to the corner and coming back. Being able to stay mobile for as long as you can is very important to your remaining independent and healthy. Now, most of us take pills. Sometimes we say everybody takes pills, even if it's just vitamins. But there are some changes that you can make to make certain that not only you're taking your pills correctly, but that you're taking the right ones at the right time. Now, there are some low-tech things. It's simply a little pill case, as you see there in the blue box, where at the beginning of the week, you can set up all of your pills for the entire week. And then you'll be able to look at the end of the day, say today is Thursday, and I'll be able to tell tonight whether or not I took all of my Thursday pills or not. But there's some built-in alarms that you can put on your phone to remind you to take your pills at certain times. There are telephone reminders that you can have. There are some places that allow you to send yourself an email if you're very tech savvy and you're always on the internet reading your messages and things. They will provide a report to your caregiver or to your doctor or to a family member to let them know if you're taking your pills as required. And one of the monitoring apps is listed here, My KP Meds. Now, there are also prepackaged pills. If you're on some long-term medications, your doctor can get with your pharmacy, and there are certain pharmacies that will prepackage all of your pills for you, as you see in the example here at the bottom, so that all of your morning pills are in one package together. Your afternoon pills are together, and your nighttime pills are together, so that you don't get confused which ones to take morning, noon, or night. There are also some ingestible pills or little small microchip pills. I have a friend who's diabetic, and she has had an insulin chip placed in her arm that actually, no, actually it's in her stomach. It's in her stomach there, that feeds the insulin to her. It monitors her system. It knows when her insulin is needed, and it simply pumps it into her body. So there are just so many things. So check with your doctor, check with your healthcare provider, and they can tell you what's best for you. Robot helpers. Everybody needs a helper. Now, for those who are still cutting their lawns, there is an automatic lawnmower that can actually cut your grass for you. My 9-year-old grandson actually wants me to get one for him. And I said, no, you're my automatic lawn cutter. So that's your job. There are grill cleaners, window washer cleaners. Everyone knows about the robot vacuum cleaner that can be set, and it'll just simply continuously vacuum your home for you. All of these are things that you can do to help you with your housework so that you're not doing it all yourself. Life-saving devices, and we're going to talk about several medical devices, but the automatic external defibrillator. At one time, only medical professionals could use it. They now have smaller versions that you can have in your home, readily available. It talks to you. It tells you exactly what to do. It makes a diagnosis, and it will provide the shock if appropriate. So you and your caregiver or loved one who lives with you, if there's a medical emergency, here's a device that's now available for you to have at your home. You will not have to wait for EMS to arrive. And of course, Red Cross and others provide training in how to use these. So check again with your doctor or your healthcare provider who can let you know about these. Robo Companions. I've seen these in nursing homes and I've seen them in schools as well. For those who live alone, who want a companion, but don't want the responsibility of having to feed, water, bathe, and walk a dog, here's a dog or a cat or something that you can have that's very lifelike, that gives you that companionship that you desire, but not the care and responsibilities. The mobile serve is a nurse that it's a robot nurse, of course, but it has features on it that allows you to set reminders, for example, to take your medications. As you're going through the house and you notice that you're out of certain items, it allows you to make a grocery list so that whether you're doing the grocery shopping or someone else, you will have the items that you need because you've made the list as you've gone along, instead of someone comes to take you to the store and you have to suddenly think of everything that you need from the store. Again, wonderful gadgets. And then the one from Verizon. I've seen it at a hospital. I've seen it used at a school. It allows you to be able to look at and converse with someone else in another part of the country, another part of the city. You can do the same thing with FaceTime and with what they call Duo Time, which is a application, a software application that's on your computer that allows you to see your grandchildren or your family members. These became very useful during last year when everything was shut down and we couldn't go visit family members. For safety's sake, there are security systems, but many of these are not just to keep intruders out, it's all to help you at home. These are items that allow your loved ones to look in on you and monitor you from their home or from their job to make certain that you're okay. There are automatic thermostats to set your temperature at certain levels during the day or to cool it off at night. Video doorbells so that you can see who's on the other side of the door from your seat. You no longer have to go all the way to the door to peep out to see who's there. There are monitors that will alert or set off an alarm if carbon dioxide is in the air or if it detects smoke. There are also flood alarms if the water starts getting into your basement or any other part of your home. Safety, security, again, devices that can be added to your home that will allow you to be safe and secure, healthy and independent at home. Sensors. We were talking about sensors for the home. Here are some additional sensors. Not only can you have a sensor that can be placed on your garments, on your shoes, on your pajamas, that would help your doctor and loved ones to monitor if you're getting up and moving around the house. It'll also set off an alarm if you go outside of the house and you're not supposed to. If the refrigerator door is left on, an oven door is left on, if there's water in the bathroom, all of these different sensors can be set throughout the house. They can be set on bookshelves, on the sofa, and in carpet so that it can monitor your movement throughout the house. Excellent, excellent tools. At one time, we used to worry about people knowing too much about us, but these are great for your doctors, your family members to be able to monitor and help you where you are. Getting help wherever you are, especially with your medical health. You can activate emergency response systems. Some can be tracked on your home. Some are, of course, are on your car, but it can track where you are. Perhaps you're out driving and you get lost. A loved one can monitor where your phone is, detect that location, and come and get you. Or they can give you directions where you are of how to get back home. For example, if you're walking or if you're driving, whatever the case may be. The GPS tracking not only gives you a map to get you to where you're going to, but it also allows others to know where you are so they can get to you as well. And again, it can be tracked through your phone, through a tablet, through your vehicle, or even a standalone apparatus. All of these are great tracking devices to help track you and keep you safe. They can be placed in your shoes, on a piece of jewelry, a watch band. I know nursing homes use it to keep up with their patients and their residents there, but you can also use them at your home to keep up with your loved ones. And there are even some that have been placed on your grandchildren so that you can keep up with them when they're visiting with you. Great tools, just absolutely great tools. Now, making things easier for you, telephones. As we age, our eyesight sometimes is not as good as it used to be. And so we need telephones that will allow us to have these large numbers that we can see. You can pre-program numbers in there and place a picture there to let you know that the first button is, for example, your son's number. The second one may be your daughter or a grandchild or something. But all of these are very good to have. Being able to control the volume on your TV. Okay, we had a slight problem there. I apologize for that. Being able to control the volumes on your TV. There are also some headphones that you can utilize that you'll be able to hear what's going on in case you need the volume louder than others in your family. And so you will not have your TV very loud, disturbing others. There are voice activated appliances, Alexa, Series, all of these are, you can simply say, Alexa, turn on the volume or turn on my TV, and it will do those things for you. You see the big ceiling fan there at the bottom. That's an intuitive ceiling fan that comes on as you walk into the room. It turns off when you leave out of the room. Television sets that you can pre-program to come on and to turn off in case you fall asleep at night and always leave your television on. These are just things to make life easier for you. Useful little devices. Computers, smartphones, there are so much that these items can do for you. But a lot of those things we won't necessarily be using as we get older. And so there are some simplified smartphones. There are some simplified computers that you can use. And some of them allow you to simply connect directly to loved ones without having to go through all of the different parts of the internet that you may be fearful of, because there are scams and frauds out there on the internet. And let me just interject at this point that AARP has an excellent course on internet fraud and phone scams that you can avoid. AARP stays current on most of those that pop up, and as quickly as they pop up, they will let you know about them. So I advise you also to stay tuned to some of those, stay in tune to some of those items as well. But there are simplified telephones, there are touchscreen computers that you can use that keep you connected and keep information flowing to you. Do-it-yourself kits for being able to control things in your house. My son recently built a house and it's a smart home. He has all of these gadgets throughout there. And I told him, I think I'm going to push him out of his home and I'm going to move in. But it allows you to control the heat, the air, windows and doors, the lighting, turning on appliances. His shades open up at 6 a.m. each morning. They close at 6 p.m. at night. All of these are different things that our commercial providers have. Verizon, AT&T, ADT, and other home security systems have it as well. I use the light features there. Not only is it inexpensive and it is the light bulbs that are very energy efficient, but they automatically turn on and turn off at my home. And for me, that's very important because my family members tend to turn on lights and televisions and then leave out of the room and leave everything going. So these are some things that you can add to your home that will help it become energy efficient as well as keep you independent and there at your home. Google Home, Alexa, and Jibo. All of these, again, are features that allow you to schedule your doctor's appointments, meetings, things that you do with your family members. You can ask them what time it is, ask what the weather is going to be. You can have them to play your favorite type music. All of these are little features that are available. You can even make shopping lists and then provide that shopping list to the grocery store or to Amazon and have the groceries delivered to your home. All of these are just little tools, little features that make life simpler for you so that you can remain independent. Telemedicine. I'm going to briefly go through this, but let me just say up front, always check with your doctor and your healthcare provider about what is best for you. But what telemedicine does, and what we've seen a lot of it do, especially during the past year when we were not able to go to the doctor's office, the doctor came to the home to us through the computer, through the telephone, through telemedicine. And so it brings the doctor to you through the internet, email messages, uh, picture messages where you can actually see one another. There are blood pressure monitoring kits. There are the diabetes blood testing kits that you have at home that are electronic in nature that will actually send your information back to your doctor so that they will know how you're doing day to day. Video calls through cameras and speakers on your computer allows them to actually see you. If there's a rash that you have, you can't get to the doctor's office, you'll be able to show your arm to them. They'll still be able to see it. This says that legislation has been proposed to enhance the use in Medicare. Well, check where you are because some of this has already been approved. But again, we list here some commercial online clinic operators and providers, but your particular healthcare insurance may already have its own. For example, I have Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they have their own teledoc or telemedicine process so that I can get with their doctors and nurses virtually via the internet and receive medical care. Healthcare tools. I told you earlier, there are some tools that at one point, they were only in doctor's offices and hospitals, but now we have them for home. Blood pressure monitoring cups, ultrasound, the small ones that you can have at home. All of these are things that you can have at your home. You can get training on how to use it through your healthcare provider, through your doctor, if they believe it's something that you need. And of course, activity trackers through your watch, through your Fitbit. It'll tell you how many calories you burn off, how many steps you've made, how long you are sleeping, what your heart rate is throughout the day. And all of this is information that can be fed electronically back to your doctor. Great tools to have, great tools to have. Your medical records. Sometimes many of us are concerned about just how much of our information gets out into the public, and I am too. But let me just say that when necessary and when needed, having your medical records in an electronic format can be very good for you. Let's say you go to visit your grandchildren and you're out of state and you become ill. That doctor being able to access your medical records, the medicines that you're taking, being able to find out who your doctor is, your medical records in an electronic format can speak for you when you cannot speak for yourself. There are great controls that are in place over medical records in the internet or in the the internet world. Let me put it that way. All of your prescription information can be in one place so that you don't have duplicate prescriptions that are being given to you. And that if you lose a prescription while you're on vacation and you need to have it replaced, again, having that electronic medical information available is very, very good for you. If you do not have an advance directive to say what to do or what you're allergic to, I highly recommend that you develop one so that you will let them know in case of an emergency, who should they contact? In case of an emergency, are you allergic to penicillin, for example? They would need to know that. And then what should they do if they cannot resuscitate you? What are your desires when you can't speak for yourself? Again, get with your healthcare provider and doctor to have this information available. We talked about telemedicine, again, remote consultations, second opinions. What if you do have all of this information, you have spoken with your doctor, and they've told you that here's your condition? You may want a second opinion. Again, Even that can be done online. Online second opinions from Harvard affiliated doctors is listed here, but there are many others that are available. Again, just to let you know all of the different things that are available. Now, there are also some things that are on their way, and even these have been established already. Drone package delivery. I didn't think I would see it, but I have actually seen it happen. It's where a delivery truck actually parked in our neighborhood and used drones to actually deliver packages to different doorsteps in the neighborhood so that he didn't have to drive to each one of the houses. It was just kind of blew my mind. 3D printers that you're actually able to print not just on paper, but actually to print and form a 3D object. I've seen that in a print shop. Driverless cars. I've seen them and I still, cringe when I see it because, I need a driver behind there so that I know somebody can hit the brakes and stop if necessary. But they actually are very safe. Delivery robots, all of these things are available to us now. And there are more coming on the way so that the cost of them will come down in the future. But bottom line, we've just shown you just a few of the many, many things that are available. There's so many more. Google them, look them up, ask your doctor about certain things. And remember, all of these things that you've seen were created because someone had a need for them. Perhaps you have a need that you haven't seen a gadget to resolve it or to solve that problem or meet that need. And you may become the inventor of it or share it with your doctor, with your healthcare provider, with your senior citizen community. And you may find that there is something out there, or maybe you can put your heads together and create something because there are new things that are arriving every day. Either you or someone else can use some type of assistance. I know I can. What we have to do is define the need, explain what it is that we want, and then see if there's technology available or see if there's someone who can create it for us. It's much easier than you think. And what it does for you is make life just so much simpler for you and allows you to age in place right where you are, remain happy, remain healthy, remain independent. And that's how we want to be as we grow older. Thank you so much. Are there any questions?
If there are questions, you are welcome to unmute yourself and ask. You can also use to type into the chat box if you're more comfortable doing that. And thank you. That was a very informative presentation. I certainly learned about a few very intriguing gadgets that are out there that I wasn't aware of.
I'm going to stop sharing so that I can be back here.
Sure.
Okay. No questions?
I'm not seeing any pop up yet. So unless someone does have a question, I suppose we have reached the end of this morning's program.
Thank you so much for having me, Annie. I really appreciate it and enjoyed being with you today.
Well, I certainly appreciated having you as well. Like I said, it was very informative, and I love the humor that you bring to your presentations as well. It's a very nice touch. Information plus a little laugh and some chainsaws in the background. It's a little bit of everything. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for everyone who attended. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording and bid you all a farewell, and I hope to see you all again.
Thank you very much.